What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we have a really cool offering for you today from our G.I. Joe Classic Collection section of our museum. All the way from 1996. A really cool and special G.I. Joe to me. We bring to you our classic collection, Australian O.D.F, Operational Deployment Force G.I. Joe figure. We've been getting a lot of subscribers and viewers asking if we had this beautiful figure in our museum collection, and we wanted to do this video for you guys today because this particular figure was getting a lot of fanfare. People were really asking about it, wanted to know if we in fact had this figure, and guys, we have it. And we want to always keep our subscribers very happy and our viewership. This was a figure that I bought from Toys R Us all the way back in 1996. And I had to go to a different state, guys. Let's bring this figure down. I had to go to a different state. I had to go to my home state of Michigan to find this. Couldn't find it here in Ohio. And that's when I'm talking about the regional situations. Some G.I. Joes make it to certain regions. And I'm a firm believer in that. And this is one of those Joes. I simply could not find this guy. Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, nowhere. And I went to Michigan and I found this figure. This figure was very difficult to obtain, very hard to find during that time period. Now with the power of the internet, guys, you can find anything. Let's open this. Well, let's check the box out. Get you a top shot here. Factory sealed. After all these years, still factory sealed. This figure came with his fair share of fantastic accessories and weapons. Here's a side shot of the box. Get your blown out look. There's a picture of our Australian O.D.F G.I. Joe in all of his glory. And let's flip it around. And here's a blown out shot of the back. And just to show you, in 1996, these were the figures that were coming out. And what collector, if seeing this, did not immediately want all these beautiful figures? And we have all of these figures. And I believe we have all of them on video for your viewing pleasure. Kenner was still making these figures at that time. You have to understand, this is the infancy of the classic G.I. Joe Classic Collection line, toy line. 1996, there's your year. So 96, they were just getting started and they were just getting their full roster of figures out. Let's turn this around. Let's open this guy up. See the tab right here. They would later switch that to a Velcro, circular Velcro patch to hold it and hold these fifth panels in place, which are absolutely beautiful. Get you a blown out look here of our Australian Operational Deployment Force G.I. Joe figure. The O.D.F, Australian O.D.F, as they say here, basically was created in 1982 after the invasion on the Falkland Islands in Australia. But until then, it was thought to believe that it was very difficult to even attempt to try to invade Australia, because it's very remote. It's gorgeous. It's just a beautiful location, very hard to get to if you're trying to, as they say here, their isolated island, continent, too remote, unassailable, unlikely target for any but the most ambitious aggressor, which is crazy. But because of that event in 1982, the Australian government created the Australian Operational Deployment Force. And you're looking at this beautiful figure right here. His boots. This was one of my favorite G.I. Joes during that time period back in '96, because I think a lot of it was that he was such a cool figure, but he was so hard to find. He was extremely, guys, I can't tell you how hard this guy was to find. This hat is absolutely gorgeous. And it's a floppy hat, but it's held together with this big rubber band, and I hope that this rubber band never breaks, because it really has that nice fold to it. I love this hat. And you can see under here, I'll get you a shot of our Joe. Beautiful head sculpt, the classic collection head sculpt. He's got his dog tags on. Beautiful machine gun there. Got some more pouches. Canteen. He has a backpack on behind him that you could put more equipment in. Absolutely beautiful. We'll set this guy up. Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. Please like and subscribe. Join the family, guys. Join the fun. This is what we do. We hang out. We do requests. So if there's something that you want to see, and we have it here in the museum, we'll definitely do a review and a video on it for you at your request. Now, we do requests, saying that we really only do the requests for super subscribers. And you say, how can I become a super subscriber? Very simple. You visit the site, our channel, you comment, but more importantly, you have to be a subscriber. Subscribe. We have giveaways, contests. We do shout outs. We do all of that. This is beautiful. I love these boots. Very basic, nothing to them. Really, I think that's why I like them so much. And you can just see the design of these figures back in 1996 as opposed to now, or even 10 years ago. You're talking about a figure that's over 20 years old. It's never been outside of his box. As with all of our figures here in our museum collection. Get you some good shots here of everything. As basic as this machine gun looked, it was, for its time back then, it was so awesome. Collectors absolutely went crazy over the design and detail of this beautiful G.I. Joe. Get you a blown out look here of our G.I. Joe Australian Operational Deployment Force figure. I'll bring him down for you. This was not intended for collectors. It was definitely intended for the younger demographic. The majority of the G.I. Joe Classic Collection line was intended for the younger demographic. Hasbro and Kenner wanted kids to play with these figures. So these figures were never intended to be kept in their box for 20 plus years. I can't get enough of that hat. That hat is absolutely awesome. You just want to get the collectors and the subscribers and viewership as many angles of this. And that's another reason why our videos go a little longer than your standard video or review, because we want people, and I've had that. I've heard people say videos are too short sometimes when people are doing when collectors are doing videos on figures, because they want to get every aspect of the figure. Especially if you're seeing a figure for the first time. We want you guys as the viewers, we want you to be able to drink in as much of this visual focus of this figure as you possibly can. Every angle, every detail. The classic collection hand sculpts here. Just a fantastic figure. And we wanted to just bring this figure to you guys today. Guys, you know the routine. God bless. And keep collecting.